यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातिरवनचारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातिरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातिरवनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So today we are very fortunate. Today we have association of His Grace Praneshwar Prabhu. So we were waiting for Prabhuji from, I think, January. So Prabhuji is very, very renowned speaker, especially on the topic of Vedic cosmology. And anybody, any doubt in India or in the world, if somebody wants to ask where is this, what is happening there, why this and this. So if you don't get any answer, then we say that we have to ask Aneshwarpu. So we are very, very fortunate today. Today we have with us Prabhuji Association. I will just give a brief introduction. Prabhuji got in touch with devotees in 2005 when he was studying in IISC Bangalore, one of the top college. And Prabhuji is the senior of Gaurang Darshan Prabhu also. You may know Gaurang Darshan Prabhu more.
Only in college. He joined us immediately. I joined much later.
And then after graduating from IISC, then he did job for 5 years and in Ashok Leyland and some more company. And then in 2011, he joined ISKCON Chowpatty as a brahmachari, as a full-time monk. And then in 2012 to 14, he was there in GV, doing all the studying Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Vaibhav himself, and doing all the construction work and all those things. And then since 2014, he has got the knack of Vedic cosmology. Even I have attended Bhakti Vaibhav course 3 times. First time in Calcutta, Radhesham Prabhu came and gave. Then I attended online by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. But all other topics are different. Speakers are different. But for Vedic cosmology, fifth canto, Prabhuji only give all session. Even in Gaurang Darshan Prabhu Bhakti Vaibhav also, 5th canto is reserved for Prabhuji. So we are very, very fortunate. We do not know we will get this opportunity once again or not. So all of you have any question, anything, Prabhuji is here with us for 2 days. Tomorrow afternoon, evening, he will be leaving. So Prabhuji told that if you want more session, at least we have fixed 2 sessions, today and tomorrow morning. So we will not going for Harinam. We will have session here to complete the whole Vedic cosmology. And if you want more session, so please tell beforehand only. So, yeah, okay. So first, let's cover 2 topics, 2 things, and then we can discuss how much. Yeah, how in depth. And if you want to cover in depth, then you do Bhakti Vaibhav. Otherwise, yeah. So we welcome His Grace Praneshwar Prabhu to our center at Shri Radha Govinda Jagannath Baldev and Shri Gaurnitai. By loudly chanting 3 times, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. At present is doing PhD in Vedic cosmology at IIT Mandi.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsham Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Ka Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते निशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So thank you very much for allowing me to be part of all of you, especially Purmavatar Prabhu and Prabhuji. Have me here for the conference in IT Dhanbad. Last 3 days we were there. So I'm staying back for 2 more days so that I can take all of your association. So thank you for the overwhelming introduction. Prabhuji said so many things, but I'm not so much. So in 2010, I thought of coming to Mumbai and stay in the temple for 1 year and get the darshan of all the devotees. By staying in the company of all the devotees, in 2011 decided to join temple. So joined as a full-time brahmachari. Then for 2 years, we have been sent to go over the Nico village to study the entire Bhagavatam. So during which all the students supposed to do one project in the last semester. So I have selected the 5th canto as my topic. So studied 5th canto. While studying only made some notes, making all the tables, etc. Then thought of making a model. It is about 2.5 meters. This big. Universe, spherical structure, prepared like that, almost. And there is a plane, which is like Bhumandala. Above that, all the planets are there, will be revolving around. And underneath, there is a gearbox, which will have different speeds for different planets. Huh? Wait. Let me create curiosity. So then they would like to see that. So it's about 2.5 meters. Then in 2014, there was temple opening, Radha Vrindavan Bihari in GV. During that time, we kept in the nearby temple where everyone, all devotees can come and see. That time it was not done. I did not prepare the gearbox. I prepared the superstructure. So planets, I put everything. His Grace, Jannivas Prabhu and Panjangana Prabhu, they came. They also saw the model. They said, okay, everything is good, but you should do something interesting. So then I went to Bombay and purchased all the gears and prepared the gear model, everything. And then I showed. That is like my project submission in June, July. Submitted. Then immediately we were sent to Chowpatty. Our studies are over. Go to Chowpatty. So anybody went to GEV here? Other than these 2 brahmacharis, Saffron. Okay, all of you went to GEV, na? There is a new temple now. Just left hand side, there is an old building is there. On top of the 3rd floor used to be our old temple hall. Okay, where Gaurnitai used to be there and small temple hall, Lamba temple hall. So after temple was shifted here, new temple opened. That became like cloth drying area. So when I left, I kept my model there on the top. So brahmacharis were using my model to dry the clothes. Because it is like this height, almost like a human height, whatever, 6 feet height and 2.5 meters wide. The bottom portion I cut little bit. I started somewhere in the middle. So then 2015 we had Vrindavan Yatra. Radhana Swami Maharaj is holiness. Every year we have Kartik Yatra. 2015 Yatra was like 500th anniversary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visiting Vrindavan. So after Kartik Yatra, Radha Damodar Mandir has organized a special program for Maharaj. We were going that for the program. Croatian devotees are constructed a 3D theater on the Yamuna shore. So people, they were charging 40 rupees for people to come and see the movie. There's a 10-20 minutes movie is there and people are coming and seeing. Then I thought, what is this? I made a model and left it in GV and people are using it for drying clothes and all. Then immediately I went to GV. I dismantled everything. We made it from the godown, whatever material was there in the godown. With that only we prepared all the trash material. So I dismantled everything, brought the gearbox, brought it to Chowpatty. In Chowpatty, I made a small scale version. It was a huge one. I cannot bring the whole thing to Chowpatty. I only brought the essential parts and made a small scale version. So that was like this. That gearbox, when you move it, it will show the motion of the planets. With this, we can explain how day and night is happening, how the months are happening, how the years are happening, how the seasons are changing, how eclipse will happen. All those things we can briefly explain with this. Because they have individual speeds. Based on their speeds, we can explain slowly, which we will see. Today and tomorrow we'll discuss in detail. So this was the gearbox down below. This plane is there, na? So below that plane is our gearbox. Below this plane, the gearbox is there. This is the gearbox, which will have 4 gears. Every gear will have a pipe. One pipe inside other pipe, like that. The bottommost gear pipe will go to the topmost, like that. So 4 different speeds are introduced. Here you can see. So when you move with hand and it will produce different speeds. So this was the model I prepared there. So I was trying to show to every devotee here and there. So then our sorry, these are all somehow they came. Don't worry about it. Gaur Gopal Prabhu said that, hey, you do something wonderful. तो अच्छा है, principle is good, but दिखने को अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा है. कुछ अच्छा करो. So in 2018, I suppose it was Chandan Yatra. In Chowpatty Chandan Yatra, they celebrate very wonderfully. Every day there will be a special darshan. Especially on Sunday, it will be a mega darshan. So they gave us one Sunday. This Sunday is yours. You show how the Lord is the creator of the spiritual world and material world. Spiritual and material universes. So for that, we need to make a model. I have been visiting all over Bombay. Somebody will do it for us in a elegant looking. People were quoting 5 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 3 lakhs. People are quoting only. No one is ready to do. So finally, we finalized it with one person about 1.8 lakhs, something like that. So Gaur Gopal was supposed to give us some advance so that they will start the work. He said, okay, we'll give. Somehow he suddenly went to UK. No advance was given. They said 1.8 lakhs. How can we do it? So then I went to different places in Mumbai trying to find out who can do gears, who can do dome, who can do all the other things, and got all the different things from different places, assembled everything and made it ready for Chandan Yatra. This is the model. This one we made. So this will also have same gear mechanism, but the plastic gears with a DC motor inside. It will run automatically. You just click on. You don't have to do this. So this was the model with which we can explain all the same things. This model is there now also in Chowpatty temple. So like this.
information and uses it as fuel. The Vedic literatures answer the question whether the cosmos always existed or it had a beginning. The ocean visions imagine replying in a serpent bed. From his navel arose a lotus on which Brahma was born. A simple, intelligent being, Vishnu, replying in mystic splendor amid the cosmic ocean. When he exhales, millions of universes issue from his body and expand, until within years all the universes return within him.
Okay, small video. So now, whatever we'll try to elaborate in our upcoming discussion. So, cosmology is one of the very important area for scientific community. They have been doing research. At least as per the written history, we know that from last 2500 years, they have been doing research. Still continuing. It will continue for many centuries also. It is not that before 2500 years, they were not doing research. They were doing, but we don't have any written documents. That is the only difference in the West. Then in India also, so many of our ancestors are also trying to explore the space and trying to connect to our daily lives, etc. So similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam also discusses very wonderfully about our universe. So somebody may think that we are all devotees, we want to become devotees. Why do we need to understand this cosmology, all these things, etc. But I can personally guarantee you that those who understand this topic properly, you can understand rest of the Bhagavatam in much better way. Because Sukadeva Goswami says same thing. The one of the last verses of 5th canto, he says that those who understand the Srishti Leela and the structure of the universe properly, they develop buddhi, bhakti, by which they will be able to understand the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, which are further glorified. Normally, the pastimes of the Lord, we seems to be like that. They are very clear. Some speaker sits here and speaks about Ram Katha, Krishna Katha, and हम सुन लिया अच्छा लग रहा है. There is no doubt. Leela हो गया. It appears like that, but it is not like that. Things are not that easy as we hear, as they appear. Acharyas give hundreds of commentaries for any small thing that Lord does. Putana came, Lord closed his eyes. Why Lord closed his eyes? Every Acharya has different thing to say. One small lila only, but different perspective to for that lila. Like that, any pastime we take, there are hundreds of reasons for that. आप लोग इंद्र के बारे में सुना होगा? हाँ? Indra is OTK. He is a sense gratifier. He is power monger. He is adoration monger. हर साल नंद महाराज पूजा कर रहे थे, एक साल किया नहीं, गुस्सा हो गया. इतना गुस्सा हो गया, क्या किया? कौन सा बारिश? प्रलय का बारिश को शुरू कर दिया. संवर्तक क्लाउड को भेज दिया और he wanted to destroy, he wanted to remove वृंदावन from the surface of the earth. ये हम सुनते हैं ना? This is what we hear. But Acharya says something more. During Brahma Vimohan Leela, it was Lord Krishna who expanded as all the gopas and all the calves. Bachda. Because every mother in Vrindavan, every cow in Vrindavan wanted to have Krishna as their child. They wanted to have that Vasalya Rasa with Lord Krishna directly. Lord Krishna fulfilled that. By the way, during that year, all the girls were married to all the boys. whom they were married to? Krishna. So 1 year is over. The actual Gopa boys came back. They sat for a dinner. Suddenly one girl came and serving them dinner prasadam. ये पूछने लगा ये कौन है? So mother was telling क्या रे क्या बोल रहे आप? पागल बन गए क्या? अभी अभी अगला महीना शादी हुआ आपके साथ, ये आपका पत्नी है? वो बोले क्या मेरा शादी कब हुआ? मैं सुबह गए अब शाम को आया, शादी कब हुआ? मदर बोलने लगे पागलपन कर रहे क्या? शादी हुआ, हम बोल रहे शादी हो गया, आपका पत्नी है? अभी see that time people are submissive. They are not very, they don't want to prove that they are right. So अभी आप बोल रहे तो हो गया होगा, मुझे पता नहीं बट हो गया होगा. So all the boys listened to their parents. They accepted the girls as their wives, but in their core of their heart they know that they never wedded to these girls. They never looked at their other girls like their wives. They never had any intentions of touching them. They never touched them. They were living in the same family, but they were externally they are living like wife and husband, but they never had that affection towards each other, attraction towards each other. The girls were married to Krishna. They all have attraction to Krishna only. Every day they wanted to see Krishna while Krishna was going to the forest in the morning and coming back in the evening. They cannot come in front and see. They would go to the top of the home and from there they would like this. They would want to have a glance of Krishna. They only get to see Krishna from behind. They would never see from front. In the next year, Kaliya Leela happened. When Kaliya captured Krishna, all the Vrajavasis came along, also gopis came. So all the ladies and gents, they wanted to go inside the water and protect Krishna. Balramji said, don't worry. So the ladies and gents were careful that the girls should be at far distant. The girls were so far, they want to see Krishna from the front, but they could not see. So girls were so eager to see Krishna, and Krishna was so eager to see the girls. What did he do? No. He began to dance on the funs of Kaliya. So he was jumping on the fun so much, the fun was going so high. So that he can be seen by the girls who are so far. So he was jumping and the funs are going above so that the girls can see. The girls had the first time the glance of Lord Krishna. But it is so far. Still Krishna was not happy. Next year, Govardhan Leela. Every year, Nanda Maharaj was performing Govardhan Leela. Why did Krishna did not ask? आप क्यों कर रहे पापा? इसी साल क्यों पूछा? Gopis wanted to see him, but they are not getting opportunity to see him. So Krishna orchestrated this entire Govardhan Leela. So Govardhan Leela to kar diya. So Indra he wanted to use that instrument so that Indra will send the rains. So then all the Vrajavasis will come underneath the Govardhan. Now what happened? They divided the entire area into 4 divisions. 1 division cows, 1 division ladies, 1 division boys, and 1 division all their paraphernalia. Now all the men were outer boundary. The men were outer boundary, then all the ladies, then inside all the kids and all calves, cows, everyone is there. Now the girls were kept in front of Lord Krishna, very close proximity. Because outside rains are there, they need to be protected, so kids were inside. So they are in front of Krishna only. So Krishna looking at the gopis are looking at Krishna. Normally when rain comes, how long it will go? Half an hour, 1 hour. If it is tufan, maybe 1 day at max, not more than that. But Krishna inspired Indra, continue. 7 days they were looking at each other. So abhi batao, Indra galti kiya kya? Indra does not know what he was doing. He was possessed by Lord Krishna. He was haunted by Krishna. A ghost 100% what it is, he does not know. Indra ka halat bhi same hai. He does not know what he is doing. Krishna only made Indra to reign for 7 days continuously. ये होता है लीला. हम समझते हैं कुछ, एक्चुअली होता है और कुछ. इसको समझना है तो इसको समझना है. तो ध्यान से सुनिए. अभी ध्यान दीजिए. Okay? Okay, somebody can read this.
PhD must collaborate and study the fifth canto to make a model for building the Vedic planetarium. My final decision is that the universe is just like a tree with root upwards. Just as a tree has branches and leaves, so the universe is also composed of planets which are fixed up in the tree like the leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. So now, all you PhDs must carefully study the details of the fifth canto and make a working model of the universe. If we can explain passing of day and night, phases of the moon, the passing of seasons and eclipses, etc., then it will be very powerful propaganda. Letter to Shwab Damodar Das, April 2797.
Not only PhDs, all the students should study systematically. Every student should understand this systematically. So our Mayapur is trying to do something anyway. So let us hope that something wonderful will come out in due course of time. So just to give you complete picture, we'll start with creation and we'll discuss cosmology also. So this second and third canto talks about the creation. So these are all like modern Big Bang theory and all. They give so many things. We don't worry about all those things. We'll directly come to Bhagavatam only. So this entire discussion starts with one question asked by Vidura. Sukaya karmani karoti loke nate sukam vane duparamam va vindeta bhuya tatayeva dukkam yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadenna. Vidura is asking. Vidura is the minister of Hastinapur for 100 years. Then he left Hastinapur before Kurukshetra war. He traveled all over length and breadth of India, visiting all the holy places for 36 years. After spending quality time for 136 years with the people of this country or this entire area, Vidura asking this question. My dear sir, he is speaking to Maitreya Rishi. This is my observation. Sukaya karmani. People perform activities in order to get sukha and remove dukkha. Sukaya karmani karoti loke, but nate sukham. They are not getting any sukha in return. Instead, their dukkha is increasing. First of all, they are not able to remove dukkha. They are not able to get sukha. Instead, they are getting sukha, dukkha. Previously, there is dukkha. Now, new dukkha. Then what should be an intelligent person should do? क्या करना चाहिए? What an intelligent person should do? I am currently in misery. I want to remove misery. I want to get happiness. So I have undertaken an activity, but the activity resulted in dukkha only. No removal of dukkha, but it is no giving of sukha, but instead is giving dukkha only. What an intelligent person should do? Don't be so advanced. So if activity is not giving happiness, then don't perform. If it is giving dukkha only, then don't perform the activity. That's the way common man thinks. But IIT graduates will not think like that. Hey, this activity is not giving me happiness. I'll do this activity. This will give me happiness. They start new activity. But that is also giving dukkha. They start third activity. That is also giving dukkha. They start fourth activity. Every activity that is being done in the material world will only give dukkha. Like that Vidura is saying. But the person will never give up performing activities. Vindeta bhuya tatayeva dukkam. Any activity you take, it is only giving dukkha only. Yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadenna. Please tell me what is the reason for this? Why every activity in the material world only leading to misery? Why not for happiness? And people are never giving up the activity. They are trying to experiment new activity so that they get happiness. Please tell me the reason for this and give me the remedy for this. No questions in the middle. We'll open for questions. You please note down somewhere your questions. So please tell me the reason and remedy. So indirectly telling that, please speak about the creation of the universe of happiness and suffering. For this, Sukadeva Goswami, not Sukadeva Goswami, Maitreya Muni is talking about the creation of the universe. Creation of the universe means creation of the elements of the universe. What are the different ingredients required for the creation of the universe? Creating those elements is called creation. That is the primary creation of the universe. So Lord Krishna, for the purpose of creation, expands himself into as Karanodakashayi Vishnu, whom we also call as Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu uses 5 tattvas to create entire material universes. Dravyam karma cha kalascha swabhavo jiva evacha Vasudevat paro brahman nachanyartosti tattvataha. Dravyam, karma, kala, swabhava, jiva. Dravya means matter. Jiva is all the living entities. Karma and swabhava. Karma is our karmic balance. Swabhava is our individual nature. Okay? Of course, Vedanga Purusha is Mahavishnu himself. From Mahavishnu's transcendental body comes sweat. That sweat is Virajanadi. In that Virajanadi, Mahavishnu is resting. And where this Virajanadi is there? Virajanadi is acting like a juncture between Pradhana and Paramavyomni. Paramavyomni means spiritual world. Pradhana means material world. Dravya, the first tattva out of 5 tattvas, the Dravya came out of the skin pores of Mahavishnu and stood in front of Mahavishnu. And this Dravya is being described in Bhagavatam with the different names. Dravya, Pradhana, Prakriti, Avyakta, Nitya, Trigunamaya, Mahamaya, Durga, Mahakali, Shakti. These are all synonyms of Dravya. So, from material point of view, we can take her as Pradhana. From personality point of view, we can take her as Durga Devi, the original Durga Devi. She only came out of skin pores of Mahavishnu. She is the in charge of Prakriti. Okay, fine. Then Mahavishnu glanced upon Prakriti or Durga Devi. When he glanced, from his glance came Kala Shakti, Jiva Shakti. Jiva Shakti possesses karma and swabhava. And on the way, the Kala Shakti transformed itself into Sadashiva. आप नाम सुना क्या सदाशिव का नाम? This is Sadashiva. Mahakala Purusha is called Sadashiva. First, Durga Devi came out of the skin pores. Now from the glance came Sadashiva. And this Sadashiva carries all the living entities and impregnate them in the womb of Prakriti. And then Prakriti produces all the ingredients required for the creation of the material universes. In one sense, Mahavishnu is the original creator, but the secondary creators are Sadashiva and Durga Devi. That's why Durga Devi is called as Amba, Sadashiva is called as Vishwanath. It is their union produces all the material ingredients. How are they produced? How many of you know how to sow a plant and how to rear a plant? आप लोग कुछ किया कभी गार्डनिंग किया क्या? थोड़ा थोड़ा करते रहो. Our bhakti is like gardening. When we garden a plant properly, same way we can also protect our bhakti. So please, if possible, kabhi kabhi thoda samay bita do. So now, in order to garden, first of all, you take a seed, then sow it properly. Seed is like pradhana. Sowing the seed is like Mahavishnu glancing upon pradhana. A pradhana will have three modes: sattva-guna, rajoguna, tamoguna in inactive state, in equilibrium state. When you sow, what happens? बीज को पृथ्वी के अंदर डालने के बाद क्या होता है? Germinates or sprouts, whatever. The sprout will come, but you don't see. The sprout is inside only. कुछ दिन के बाद जमीन के ऊपर छोटा सा सैपलिंग दिखता है. This one you see. First you sow the seed, maybe 1 or 2 days later there is a small sprout inside, और एक दो दिन के बाद जमीन के ऊपर थोड़ा सा दिखेगा. Now it is like this. First of all, when Mahavishnu glances, he is impregnating Prakriti with Jiva Shakti and Kala Shakti. As an interaction, the three modes are getting activated. First of all, mode of goodness becomes activated. Mode of goodness comes out in the form of the sprout. The sprout eventually transforms into the root of the tree, which we will never see. Root is always inside the earth. That element is Mahatattva. The first element which is produced from the seed of Prakriti is Mahatattva, which is like the root of the tree, which we will never see. And then, in due course of time, 2 days later, a sapling comes out. That sapling is Sutra Tattva. The mode of passion becomes activated. From mode of passion comes Sutra Tattva. Mahatattva is Chetana within us. Sutra Tattva is the breathing that we do day in, day out. It is called Kriya Shakti. When child is born, what the doctor will do? As soon as the child comes out of the womb of the mother, what the doctor will do? Okay, cut the umbilical cord. Then what? Okay, that is there. Blow the air in the ear holes and they clean the nostril so that the breathing will begin. First of all, as soon as the child comes, 3 things should start. Breathing should function, the mouth should start crying, and able to hear. Otherwise, वो ऐसे ही deaf and dumb हो जाएगा. So if the child does not cry, एक मारेंगे. They will hit so that the child will start crying. Child start breathing. Otherwise, it is very dangerous. Child will die if you don't take proper care. Because in the womb, child does not breathe. As soon as you start breathing, breathing चालू नहीं करेगा ना, हो जाएगा. So it is very important. So the creation begins with breathing. That is Sutra Tattva. As soon as the sapling comes out of the ground, breathing should begin. That is Sutra Tattva. Then in due course of time, that sapling becomes in the form of a trunk. That trunk is Ahankara. A tree will stay as long as the trunk is there. If trunk is strong, tree will stay. If trunk is ढीला बढ़ गया, तो tree मर जाएगा. So that is how it is. From the trunk comes 3 branches. Sattva-guna branch, Rajoguna branch, Tamoguna branch. Sattva-guna branch में mind and 10 sen devatas. Rajoguna branch में 5 ज्ञानेंद्रिया, 5 कर्मेंद्रिया. Anyone remembers what are the 5 Jnanendriyas? Prabhuji, you don't tell, Prabhuji. Let them tell. What are the 5 Jnanendriyas? Okay, what they will do? So what? शब्द है, उसे क्या करेंगे? स्पीच है, उसे क्या करेंगे? the 5 Jnanendriyas will acquire information from the external world. The ears hear, tongue taste, nostril smell, skin get the experience of the touch, and then what is the next one? Eyes see. Okay, so we are seeing, I'm seeing all of you, but how do I understand that all of you are what I'm seeing? How do I get that information? How do I get that knowledge? What I'm seeing, that I'm seeing a laptop in front of me, camera in front of me, all of you in front of me, projector in front of me, and photographs and room, everything is there. How do I understand that you are a person? This is the mridanga, and this is the camera, this is laptop, and this is black color, that is gray color, that is yellow color, that is white color. So like that, how do I understand? Huh? वो ठीक है, बट वो रस है करके मैं किसे समझूं? वो शब्द है करके, हाँ हाँ, it is the senses will capture the information, intelligence will process and tell what is what. The duty of intelligence is to ascertain what is what. Okay, when 5 senses are there, they are directly connected to intelligence. How many of you are from engineering background? Most of you. The senses, in the control system we make, there is a box. There are so many inputs, multiple inputs will come, they come to the box will process all the information, it will give you the output. That box is intelligence. Intelligence will process all the information that we receive from the 5 senses. You are getting? When we see something, when we hear something, when we touch something, when we smell something, when we taste something, what is that we are smelling? What is that we are tasting? What is the nature of that? It is intelligence will ascertain. Maybe after 5 minutes, we'll open for questions. We'll cover this theme then. Okay? And intelligence will, okay? And unlike the information, it will give the output. Whom it will give the output? किसको देंगे output? Mind को देंगे. Whatever output, good or bad experience, it is the mind which will store. Mind will store the experience. If all of you are enthusiastic, active, I feel happy. If all of you are dozing off, I feel unhappy. That happy, unhappy experience will be stored by mind. But somebody should be experiencing, na? Who is experiencing? थोड़ी देर के बाद बताएंगे. Okay. Okay. Next. Now, mind want to do something. अभी क्लास हो गया थोड़ी देर के बाद. Okay. Afterwards, what is the next activity? प्रसादम. The mind will tell, अभी बहुत सुन लिया, अभी जाओ थोड़ा खा लो, खा के थोड़ा आराम कर लो. Then, mind will give order to 10 pranas. The mind wants to have prasad. The mind will give orders to 10 pranas. It is the 10 pranas which will engage the 5 karmendriyas to do the needful so that we can have prasadam. What are the 5 karmendriyas? Hand, leg, speech, not speech, mouth. Then anus and genital. Okay. Now अभी क्लास होने के बाद प्रसाद लेने के पहले बीच में क्या क्या होता है? कहाँ somebody can tell? क्लास होने के बाद से लेकर प्रसाद मुंह पे अंदर आने के पहले तक ये बीच में क्या क्या होता है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू गेट अप फ्रॉम हियर, जल्दी दौड़ेंगे, ऊपर जाएंगे, प्लेट को पकड़ेंगे, प्लेट धोएंगे, लाइन में जाएंगे, वहां पे सर्विंग करने वाला रहेंगे, वो बोलेंगे ये ज्यादा दे दो, ये कम दे दो, ये इतना दे दो, ये और थोड़ा दे दो, ये दे दो. जाके बैठेंगे, उसको मिक्स करेंगे एंड मुंह पे डालेंगे. इसमें कौन कौन का योगदान हो रहा है? हैंड्स, लेग्स एंड माउथ, ये द कर्मेंद्रियास, तीनों का कार्य चल रहा है ना. यही है the 10 pranas which are there all over body, which are intermediate via medium between the mind and the karmendriyas. The mind will order, 10 pranas will energize, activate these karmendriyas. Karmendriyas will do all the activities. If our 10 pranas are weak, you cannot get up. You cannot walk all the way up to the stairs. You cannot wash the plate. You cannot speak. Up, you are like a bedridden person. Somebody else has to bring prasadam all the way up to you and they have to put in your mouth. It is the 10 pranas which keep our body active always. So usko samrakshan karna hamara main responsibility hai. Okay? That is how the karmendriyas. The 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas. Jnanendriyas ka base hai intelligence. Karmendriyas ka base hai 10 pranas. So they are always together. They are never separated. When you say intelligence, automatically 5 indriyas are included. When you say pranas, 5 karmendriyas are automatically included. That's how our scriptures teach us. And then there are Pancha Mahabhutas, and Pancha Mahabhutas will have 5 properties. First of all, sound came. How sound will travel from place A to place B? What is the via media for sound to go from place A to place B? Huh? Space, ether. Normally our science may say air. That is for Pashyanti, Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikari. Vaikari is the 4th sound, audible sound. But before Vaikari there are 3 levels. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikari. Vaikari is what we hear. But this Vaikari is transformation of these 3. आत्मा से लेकर हमारा ईयर तक ऐसा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होता रहता है. ये सब स्पेस में ट्रैवल करते हैं. Okay? And then from that then came air. Sir, touch. How touch transfers from one place to other place? Air. ठंडे में ठंड लगना, गर्मी में गर्म लगना, हवा रहेगा तो लगता है, नहीं तो नहीं लगेगा. It is wind which carries the sensation of touch from one place to other place. And then there is form. How form transfers from place A to place B? Now all of you are sitting in front of me. I am able to see. How come? How I am able to see all of you? Because there is light. There is sunlight. There is light of the electric tube light and all is there. If there is no light at all, can I see all of you? All of you can see me? No. It is the light which enabling us to see form. And then the most important one, taste. We will be able to taste prasadam only if there is a water in that. Water is the medium which carries the taste from place A to place B. If we give you every day sattu or wheat powder or rice powder, how many will you enjoy? Huh? Without adding water to it, without cooking it, without making some nice biryani out of that rice and all, how many will enjoy that rice powder and sattu powder or wheat powder without adding water and making it into a nice roti, chapati or pulka or so many other things? You are getting? And fragrance also. One basmati rice which will have nice fragrance. When you sow it into ground, it will produce a basmati plant. That basmati plant will produce 100 basmati rice grains. So you can make pulao with that. 1 grain se nahi kar sakte. When that 1 grain comes in touch with the earth, it becomes manifold. That's how earth acting as a carrier of fragrance. So in this way, all the 24 elements are produced one after the other. This is their interrelation. The earth, water, fire and ether, 5 grass elements. These are their 5 properties. These are the 5 senses which acquire these 5 properties, which get these 5 properties, and their activities are under supervision of these 5 devatas. And these are 5 karmendriyas. Under supervision of these 5 devatas, they are performing all the activities. These are 4 antakaranas. These are called bahya karanas. Why bahya karanas? Karana means sense. They are interacting with the external world. That's why they are called bahya karanas. Our jnanendriyas and karmendriyas are interacting with the external world. They are called bahya karanas. Man, buddhi, ahankara, chetana, which are inside the heart, they are interacting internally. That's why they are called antaha karanas. Man, buddhi, ahankara, chetana. Yeah. 10 pranas are considered to be a subset of air. Air is there, na? They are also considered to be part of air. Even breathing is also considered to be part of air. That's why breathing is not, though it is a very important activity, it is not considered as a separate element. So these are like elements, and they are there. They're considered to be part of that only, part of the air. So in this way, these 24 elements, along with their supervisors, along with their interrelationship, is there. So here you see what we discussed. These are the external world. External world is made up of Panchamahabhutas. So every element will have the particular property. There is earth, water, fire, ether outside. Earth will have fragrance, water will have taste, air will have touch, so the light will have form, and space will have sound. But I am here. How do I receive all that information up to me? To the via medium of Panchamahabhutas. The same Panchamahabhutas will carry the information from an object all the way up to us. So they are received by our five senses. There is a difference here. Eye, ear, the fleshy eye is there, na? This is not Jnanendriya. This eyeball is part of the gross body. It is also made up of earth, water, fire, ether. It is like a spectacle which will receive the information, which will reflect upside down or whatever. That information which is written in the retina, it will go to heart, where intelligence is there. The carrier which is taking the information from the eyeball to the heart, this is called Jnanendriya. This eye is not the Jnanendriya. This is part of the gross body. You can change it. I can put your eyes onto me, my eyes onto you. We can exchange this. But the Jnanendriya we cannot change. ये हमारा साथ ही रहेगा. जब तक हम भौतिक जगत में रहेगा, तब तक वो हमारा साथ ही रहेगा. हम ये शरीर छोड़ेंगे, दूसरा शरीर ग्रहण करेंगे, उसमें दूसरा ग्रास आई मिलेगा, बट सटल आई वही रहेगा, उसमें बदलाव नहीं होगा. That is called Jnanendriya. That Jnanendriya is part of our subtle body. This is part of our gross body. ये tongue है ना? This is part of gross body. But the carrier from this tongue to heart, the taste information which is carried by that element is called Jnanendriya. This hand is made up of flesh, skin and bones. This is part of gross body. But that ability to lift, that ability to shake hand, the ability to give and take, that is called Karmendriya. This gross hand is not Karmendriya. That ability which we perform all these activities, that is called Karmendriya. These legs are part of gross body, but ability to walk, that is called Karmendriya. So like that. So kindly understand the difference. So these are part of gross body, but this carrier is part of subtle body, and it is called, this is Jnanendriya actually. So here you can see any object outside the world will have all these five tanmatras, which is transmitted by the Panchamahabhutas. It will be under the supervision of the sense devatas. It will come to our sense organ. These are sense organs which are part of Panchamahabhutas, and then the Jnanendriya will transmit the information from this gross organ to the heart. That is called Jnanendriya, and in the heart there is Buddhi, which will analyze the information. It's like that. We have gross body, which we receive the information from the external world, and which we transmit it to our heart, to the five Jnanendriyas. Buddhi analyzes, mind stores the experiences. Now tell me, who is the experiencer? No, Ahankara. It is Ahankara who want to experience. Right now, we are all human beings because we are living in a human body. Because this body with which we are identifying, I am a human being, I need to maintain myself, for which I need to eat, I need to see, I need to hear, I need to smell, I need to taste. All these things we have to do. That is because of Ahankara. So it is Ahankara who is enjoying, who is the enjoyer. And that Ahankara will demand, I want this, I want this. रास्ते में जाएगा तो एक शॉप दिखेगा, I want to purchase this clothes, I want to purchase this vehicle. अबे न्यू ब्रांड आया, न्यू मोबाइल आया, I want to purchase this. It is Ahankara which is demanding. So Ahankara will give instruction to mind, mind will give instruction to prana, prana will engage karmendriyas, karmendriyas will do the needful. Whenever in Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, if you say mind, automatically Ahankara is included. If you say Ahankara, automatically mind is included. All of us are studying in IIT, most of us are IIT or some institution, na? There is a principal or director, head, master, school, college, university and all. They will not do everything on themselves. They will always have a assistant. Whatever they want to do, they do everything through their assistant. The head is Ahankara, the assistant is mind. Whatever Ahankara wants, he does everything through the help of mind. That's how everything is being done. So both are inseparable. The 5 Jnanendriyas intelligences are inseparable. 5 karmas and pranas are inseparable. Mind and Ahankara are inseparable. That's how the relationship is there. So whatever is being shown in this picture, upper part, that is all subtle body. And subtle body is housed in gross body. Through gross body, we maintain with the, we connect with the external world. Same way, but किसका है subtle body? ये subtle body किसका है? Soul का, आत्मा का. But subtle body is made up of 3 modes. Atma is made up of Sachidananda. How a Sachidananda entity can interact with the entity which is made up of 3 modes? Huh? Ahankara is also part of Sachidananda, the subtle body. Everything, whatever I showed here, everything is part of subtle body. This subtle body, soul is here. How these two will interact with each other? The interacting medium is Chitta. Because Ahankara is element produced from Tamoguna, intelligence element produced from Rajoguna, mind is element produced from Sattvaguna. When you say Sattvaguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna means it is not pure Sattvaguna. 80% Sattvaguna, 10% Rajoguna, 10% Tamoguna. When you say mind is the production of Sattvaguna, like this. Intelligence is Rajoguna means 80% Rajoguna, 10% Sattvaguna, 10% Tamoguna. No mode is complete. It is a combination of other modes also, minority. Whichever is majority will say that mode. But there is one element which is pure goodness. That is Chitta. Since Chitta is an element produced from pure goodness, it has the ability to interact with the spirit, which is pure goodness. And it can also interact with matter, which also has goodness. It is Chitta which is connecting the Atma with the subtle body and also to the gross body. It is the interaction via media between these two. Now, and soul is part of Paramatma. Okay. The gross body is Achetana, subtle body is Jnanamaya, and Chetana is Vijnanamaya. So normally, the order is like this. Gross body is the lowest, external world, then gross body, then subtle body, then Chitta, spirit soul, and super soul. This should be the normal hierarchy. But right now, because of our material conditioning, we made the hierarchy like this. Ahankara is the super boss. On one side, Ahankara is controlling the gross body, and the other side, Ahankara is controlling the spirit soul also. Paramatma is giving the hints. ऐसा मत करो बाबा, बाद में प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. अहंकार will tell क्या आपको क्या पता है, चुप, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ सुनो, मैं बास हूँ. That's how Ahankara tries to control us. This is what happens. So Ahankara 2 functions are misidentity and doership mentality. Parabhidyanena and Kartutvam. As a result of that, this is called Ishatvam. I am. I-ness comes from ahankara. I am a human being, I am an engineer, I am this, I am that. All these things will come in that. So in that way. So this is how the human body has been produced with all these 24 elements. The same 24 elements, the entire material world also produced. So Mahavishnu created 24 elements. Then the 24 elements are individually situated. They don't know what to do. The elements have respect to devatas. They are all praying to Lord Vishnu. Please, you have created us. We don't know what to do. Please help us something. Engage us in your service. Then Lord Vishnu entered into each and every element as Bibru Shakti, combined all the elements. From that combination, they are produced unlimited Brahmandas. Ananta Koti Brahmandas are produced on the combination of 24 elements. And they are all floating in the Karana ocean. Like this ball. Inside it is all empty. Outside there are 7 coverings. So then Mahavishnu expanded as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. If there are n number of universes, n number of Garbhodakshaya Vishnus, one Garbhodakshaya Vishnu entered into one universe. And this is our universe. It is completely dark. This is Mahavishnu. So many universes are there. This is one universe. This Mahavishnu expanded Garbhodakshaya Vishnu came into our universe. When he came, there was nothing. There is nothing inside. He wanted to take rest. For resting, he produced water which occupied the lower half, and he produced air and ether which occupied the upper half. Then went down below the water. He began to take rest. After taking small rest, he wanted to create further. Then he looked into his own abdomen. From the Nabi, there came a beautiful lotus. Then this lotus is like in a water pond, you can see. There is a leaf just above the water, there is a stem, and there is a beautiful flower. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expanded himself as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, entered the lotus as Paramatma. On top of the lotus, there appeared Brahmaji. This is how the first born living entity Brahma appeared within our universe. This is how step by step the entire universe has been created. And this lotus from which the 14 planets will be made, it is called gross universal form, Virat Rupa. The lotus itself is called Virat Rupa, within which 14 planetary systems are made. At the same time, the 14 planetary systems should be operated, should be managed. That management will be done by subtle universal form. That is called Hiranyagarbha. Now, temple construction is happening. The construction of the temple is called gross universal form. Later on, temple will be maintained. How the temple will be maintained? How temple running will be taken care by? Management means what? There are different departments which will look after different activities. There is one department called DD department. They will take care of daily aratis, daily boga offering, daily dressing, etc. Okay? There is a kitchen department. They will take care of cooking prasadam, breakfast, lunch, dinner, especially Sunday fish program, festivals. There is their department. There is gift shop department. There is a guest department. There is accounts department. There is PR department. There is preaching department. Like the different departments will take care of different functions of the temple. And all these departments put together is called subtle universal form. That is called Hiranyagarbha. Like that, in this universe, there are so many departments, but there are 14 important departments. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 4 Antakaranas. Because these are everyone required. For everyone, these are required. This body is operating means the 14 senses are performing their activities. Like that, the entire universe is operating means all the living entities, 14 senses are operating. The 14 departments is called subtle universal form. So in that way, the gross universal form and subtle universal form are manifested. So this is the gross universal form, the 14 lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal. This is the gross universal form. Temple hall, backup room, DT room, and then guest room, office, brahmachari ashram, all this is gross universal form. And then the 14 senses perform their 14 different activities. That is called subtle universal form. The different department. You see, in a temple we have all these different departments: DT, admin, accounts, website, media, construction, maintenance, path, guest reception, kitchen, etc., etc., etc. They are all centered around the Supreme Lord. Okay? So there is gross universal form, there is subtle universal form, which is taken care by different in charges. So these are all the different in charges. This is for Chowpatty temple. Okay? But the temple is running under the supervision of, under the guidance of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He is the main person. On his birthday, everyone will come, everyone assemble, and they report what they are doing, what's happening in the temple, etc., etc. And everything is over. They sit for a photograph. Okay? This is at individual temple level. This is at ISKCON level, whatever it is. That is called Vishwarupa. All the managers, they came and stood for a photograph. That is Bhagavad Gita universal form. Bhagavad Gita में अर्जुन ने सबको देखा, विष्णु, ब्रह्मा, शिवा, इंद्रा, चंद्रा, वरुणा, वायु. That is nothing but the different devatas who are supervising the different activities that are happening in the universe. ये है Bhagavad Gita universal form. This is the relationship between the Virat Rupa, Hiranyagarbha, and Vishwarupa. So that Brahma who appeared on top of the lotus, he was trying to understand who am I, where am I. He went inside the lotus. ऊपर नीचे बहुत ट्राई किया समझने के लिए, कुछ फायदा नहीं. ऊपर आया. He heard two syllables, tapa, tapa. Then he performed tapasya. Then he had darshan of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. He offered prayers. He requested for empowerment. He requested for the knowledge to do his service. Then Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu empowered Brahma by speaking Chatushloki Bhagavatam. With that empowerment, Brahma performed again tapasya. Then he understood what he is supposed to do. Then he divided the lotus into three divisions: Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. There are three gunas. He thought, let there be three divisions. But then he thought, there will be combinations also. Sattva Rajas, Sattva Tamas, Rajas Tamas, like that. Then made them into 14 divisions. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal. The upper layer of the leaf is Bhuloka. From the stem came Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka. From the flower came Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Inside the Bhumandala, there are 7 tunnels, one below the other. They are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. So this is how Lord Brahma divided the entire lotus into 14 divisions, 14 lokas, 14 bhuvan. Like this, there are unlimited universes. 40 Shiyu under Ashaya. Like this, there are crores of universes in the material creation. Among them, one universe is ours. Our universe's dimension is 500 million yojanas. This is the measurement of our universe. You can see unlimited universes. Among them, ours is one universe. The dimensions of our universe is 500 million yojanas, which is covered by 7 universal layers. This is the earth layer. Then there is water layer. Then there is fire layer, air layer, ether layer, like that. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, ahankara, matu. There are 7 layers. Beyond 7, there is the 8th layer. That is a layer made up of Pradhana. But Pradhana has 3 modes: Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattoguna. These three will act as three different layers. So 7 plus 3, total 10 layers. That's how it is said. So this is how unlimited Brahmandas are produced. With these, each Brahmanda is covered by 10 layers. Okay? It is a lot of information to process. We'll pause here. So any questions? हाँ, जोर से बोलो. ब्रेकफास्ट है बाद में.
जो अच्छा आपने बताया कि ओशन जो है उसके ऊपर 7 प्लैनेट्स हैं.
हाँ, यस. बताओ.
तो ये
क्या?
जो 7 प्लैनेट्स है, सुतल, पाताल और ये सब वो ओशन के अंडर में है या फिर?
नहीं. See, ocean is below the Bhumandala. The Bhumandala is always above the water. It is like lotus leaf, which will not inside the water. It is above the water. And the 7 lokas are inside the Bhumandala, like 7 different locations. If this is the Bhumandala, okay, and water is below, later on we'll see. There is Shesha who is holding the Bhumandala. Shesha will be, Kurma is floating in the water. Upon Kurma, Shesha is there. Upon Shesha, Bhumandala is there. And Bhumandala is not floating. And just above the water, it is almost like floating. It is not inside the water. And the 7 lower planet systems are inside. Here is Atala. Here is Sutala. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Like that, there are different tunnels one below the other inside the Bhumandala. Bhumandala also will have some thickness. Inside that, they will have. So in that way. Yes, Bruce.
So as we go ahead, so is it something like this for these like 7 planets also, because we are going down? So is it?
See, time dilation is a modern concept. That because so in the upper planets, the day and night happening at longer durations. So in order to find a relationship with these two, they talk about the time dilation. As you go upper, the time becoming slower. The problem is we want to bring everything within our construct. We have an experience of days 12 hours, night is 12 hours. So उनके लिए बड़ा क्यों होना चाहिए? They say that time becomes slower there. नहीं, time is time. उतना ही रहेगा. हमारा 6 months, April to October, will be daytime for the devatas. Other 6 months, October to April, will be night time for the devatas. उनका उतना लंबी रहेगा, उसमें कम नहीं होगा. ऐसा नहीं हम सुनते हैं ना हमेशा, Brahma ji came and stole the boys and kept them hidden. He went and came back in one moment. Then एक साल हो गए. One moment नहीं. It is actually from our point of view, it's like 1 year only. How many of you do pranayam? अच्छा लगता है क्या प्राणायाम करते समय? You breathe fast or you breathe slow during pranayam? Okay, you fast मतलब कपालभाति हो गए. I am asking pranayam. Slow only ना, प्राणायाम मतलब slow करना चाहिए. Normally, one breathing will take 4 seconds. 1 second we breathe out, 1 second we hold. No, ऐसा नहीं. That is conscious breathing. Not unconscious breathing. That is 4 seconds. Breathe out, hold, breathe in, hold. Each 1 second will take. The whole breathing will be taken 4 seconds. That is called prana, time unit. But when we do pranayam, we slowly breathe out, hold for some time, slowly breathe in, hold for some time. They say 4 seconds you have to do. 4 seconds you breathe out, 4 seconds you hold, 4 seconds you breathe in, and 4 seconds you hold. That is called box breathing. But when you become expert in pranayam, 4 seconds you breathe out, 20 seconds you hold. 4 seconds you breathe in, 20 seconds you hold. Okay? That is called expert breathing. And those who are expert in Ashtanga Yoga, 4 seconds or few more seconds, they may breathe out, they hold for 1 year. Then you breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 1 year. That is expert yogis. Prahlad Maharaj वही किया ना. 4th month he was only breathing once in 15 days. 5th month once in a month. 6th month no breathing only. The duration expanded. That's how it is. You hold it. You breathe in and hold it. So, because the people on the higher states, their breathing pattern will be like that. So, because they are not so much agitated, so they are very quiet, calm. So उनके लिए things धीरे धीरे जाएगा. इसलिए लंबा समय appears to like small. One breathing is 4 seconds we said. There one breathing is 1 year. So उतना लंबा समय तक वो आराम से ऐसे रहेगा. They are so absorbed in that. So in that way, time is time only. But उनका day night will happen at longer duration of times because they are habituated to that kind of time scale. For them, it is normal. For us only, it appears to be so long. So, yes.
Is there similar difference for these subterranean planets also? Like they breathe faster?
No, that's what. Same, because in the heaven, the day and night will be 6 months each. In the moon, it is 15 days each. In the upper 4 planets, the entire day of Brahma is their daytime for them. 1000 Chaturyugas is daytime for them. So, it's like that. It is a long time because they are absorbed. It does not make much difference for them. एक breathing से दूसरा breathing is like 1 year. For us, एक breathing से दूसरा breathing is 1 second only. 1 or 2 seconds. So we are so agitated, we do everything very fast. तो उनके लिए very calm. So धीरे धीरे हो जाता है. इसलिए लंबा टाइम भी उनको तक कम लगता है. So like that. Yes. हाँ. No. See, few seconds means because he's so absorbed, it appears to be like few seconds. See, for example, what is the activity that you like the most? क्या करना अच्छा लगता है आपको? प्रसाद लेना. आप प्रसाद के लिए बैठेंगे? प्रसाद ले लिया? ऐसा लगता है अभी अभी बैठा अभी खत्म हो गया. It may not be a good example. The best example is that all of you are very youth. You might be getting good sleep every night. आप लोग सोएंगे, अभी उठेंगे. आपको लगता है क्या मैंने 6 घंटा मेहनत करके सोया, अभी सोया, अभी उठा, बट बीच में चले गए 6 घंटा चले गए. बिकॉज यू आर अब्जॉर्ब्ड इन द स्लीप. सेम वे यू आर अब्जॉर्ब्ड इन द ईटिंग. समटाइम्स सम स्पेशल गेस्ट कम्स लाइक महाराज एंड सम महाराज कम. व्हेन दे स्पीक वंडरफुल कृष्ण कथा, आपको लगता ही नहीं 1-2 घंटा चले गए. When we are absorbed, time goes very fast. When we are not absorbed, अब देखते रहेंगे वॉच, अभी कब खत्म करेंगे, बहुत हो गया अभी खत्म करेंगे, अभी भूख लग रहा है, कल एकादशी हो गया, अभी द्वादशी है, फास्ट ब्रेकिंग करने का, अभी कब क्लास खत्म होगा, ऐसा लगता है. When you are absorbed, time goes fast. When you are not absorbed, time goes slow. So in that way we can understand. Even though it is long time, because of their absorption, for them time goes fast. So like that we can give a benefit of. Yes. And take the mic so that it can be recorded.
Hare Krishna. So bro, where are these like we say hellish planets are there?
Wait. Stay till tomorrow. Don't go here and there. Hey, give the mic next.
Roji, can you please once again clarify that experiencer? Who is the experiencer thing? Because
normally the soul is the experiencer. Like practically soul is the experiencer supposed to be. But are we soul conscious? Right now we are human conscious. Right now if somebody asks who are you? Then what do you say?
Human being or else my name.
You name. Your name is the name of this body. The parents gave the name to this body, not to the Atma. When we are initiated, we get the name to Atma, like Pavaneshwar Das. The Das is the identity of the Atma. Atma is the Das of Pavaneshwar. Pavaneshwar is Bhagavan. So like that. Kurmavatar Das. Kurmavatar is Lord. And Das is, this Jiva is the Das of Kurmavatar. Bhagavan Kurma. So in that.
So is it that the soul misidentifies with different identities through Ahankara or something like that?
Why is that? We'll understand in the next section. So obviously it will happen when we are living in a body, we'll identify with that. When somebody wears doctor uniform, will he not identify himself as a doctor?
Yes.
Obviously. When we go to IIT with ID card, we say that I am IITian. So that is quite natural in this material world. Because we identify with that upadhi. So it happens.
And whatever different elements we discussed, chitta
Ah.
and all that. So you mentioned that chitta can interact with the spirit and the
Subtle body.
subtle body
Ah.
because it is made up of pure goodness. So the soul which is there,
Ah.
it is Satchidananda.
Satchidananda.
So is it also pure goodness or it is not goodness?
Pure goodness. Vishuddha Sattva.
So what is the difference between the nature of goodness of both? Because as in goodness is a material mode.
Yes.
Chitta is also in pure goodness. And spirit is also in pure goodness. What is the difference of this goodness, or is it the same goodness?
Actually, the spiritual world is in Shuddha Sattva. Okay? The Supreme Lord is in Shuddha Sattva. He has to create the material universe. Okay? He can create something starting with what you have and do something more. You cannot create something entirely new. There is Shuddha Sattva. From Shuddha Sattva, there is the Tamoguna and Rajoguna also produced. Then it will be 3 modes. But when Sattva Guna is interacting, has got some touch with Tamoguna Rajoguna, it becomes just mode of goodness. When you say mode of goodness, majority goodness is there with some components of Rajas and Tamas. But without any touch of Rajas and Tamas, there is only goodness. That is called Shuddha Sattva or Kevala Sattva. The spiritual world is Kevala Sattva. But when we add some Rajas and Tamas to it, that becomes material world. Without Rajas and Tamas, even material world also becomes spiritual world. Here also we can experience spiritual world when there is 0% Rajas, 0% Tamas. It is Rajas and Tamas are material elements. Sattva is spiritual element only. So in that way we have to understand. But without any trace of Rajas and Tamas, the Sattva is called as Shuddha Sattva. But normally the Sattva cannot be alone identified like that. It need to have some contamination. So that's why it is called Sattva Guna is material element. When you remove that small contamination, when it becomes Shuddha Sattva, it becomes spiritual. So in that. Though Chetana is an element produced on Shuddha Sattva, but we have contaminated the Chetana. Right now our Chetana is material. So we need to purify it. That purifying process is called sadhana. Every day morning we recite Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Cheta means chitta. Our chitta is supposed to be like clean mirror. When mirror is clean, we can see our face perfectly. We can see Atma and Paramatma in the heart properly. But right now chitta is filled with lot of dust. We need to remove that dust. It is in goodness now. With some addition, some component of Rajas and Tamas. Not necessarily it is in goodness. It can be in ignorance also. If there is a lot of ignorance entered into chitta, it is in ignorance only. We need to remove that ignorance, passion, bring it to pure goodness. Then we will be able to perceive Paramatma and Atma inside the heart. That is the reason for our sadhana. Mirror ko clean karne ka.
So consciousness is chitta.
Yes.
So after that everything is dead. After that whatever elements are coming, subtle body, everything is dead. Okay. So in one sense, spirit, soul and consciousness, they are chitta. Are they inseparable?
See, both are Shuddha Sattva. Yeah. Both are same category. But there is a contamination. It appears to be like a different category. So in that. Please pass on to next one. What time is your breakfast? Regularly, what time is your breakfast? It is already 9:30. Are you okay? So now, how many of you have job today? After this, कितना लोगों को job है? What time you have to go to office? Work from home or work for home? हाँ? Okay. Home मतलब temple only. यहाँ जहाँ पे आप है वही home है. यहाँ से काम करेंगे ना? So we can have one more session after Prasad. Is that okay? हाँ? तुम्हें तो 2 दिन है इधर, थोड़ा सा हम फायदा उठाएंगे ना इस अदर का. आप लोग स्टूडेंट्स है, अभी थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड कर लो. ऑफिस के लिए थोड़ा बाद में जाओ, जाना है तो. So we'll take few questions now, another 5 minutes, then we'll break for prasadam. Around 10 o'clock we'll meet again and we'll continue for one hour more, one and a half hour more. We'll discuss something today and we'll discuss tomorrow also. Tomorrow morning we have Bhagavatam class. There is a class, my online class is at 9:30. We'll close tomorrow morning 9:15 only. And tomorrow afternoon I am free. My train is at 8:40 evening. Okay? After Sunday feast program is over, when all the devotees go away, we can again meet once again. So today we'll have 2 sessions and tomorrow we'll have 2 sessions. But today evening I have class 6 o'clock. So evening I don't want to take. Till noon we'll take class. Okay? Fine, na? So those who can attend, those who can stay back, please stay. Anyway, we are recording. Others can listen to recording afterwards. Okay? So fine. Yes, quickly.
What is the situation or position of Jiva throughout this creation? Where is it and how it will come into existence? Because you explained that Sadashiv, he is having like Jivas and all. So after that, what happened to it? इसमें तो कहीं पे उसका कोई position दिख नहीं रहा है.
Good question. So when Mahavishnu glanced, the Jiva came. Through the glance, Jiva and Kala came and they entered into the womb of Prakriti. So Prakriti का womb, Prakriti से क्या आया? 24 elements आया. 24 elements के साथ Jiva also comes out. Most probably the Jiva will be carried by Chitta, Mahatattva. Then when Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into the universe, the Jiva will take shelter of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Okay? Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu again glancing upon abdomen. Okay? From that came lotus. The first Jiva comes out of the lotus is Brahma. And through Brahma, other Jivas also will come out. Through Brahma. Brahma will give the gross and subtle bodies to Jivas so that they can come out and they can interact with the external world. As long as we are in the material world, we need a material body. When you are in a particular environment, you need the clothing according to that environment. Accordingly. So that we can interact with that particular atmosphere. When in the material world, we need a material body. When we go to spiritual world, we will have a spiritual body. Because the spiritual world, the spiritual atmosphere is different. In the material world only, different places, different gross bodies that we need. Subtle body may be same all over the universe. But human body is different. Animal body is different. Aquatics, gross body is different. Devatas, their gross body is different. Rishis, their gross body is different. That variety is there. So in it.
So you told the positions of Virat Rup, Hiranyagarbha and Vishwarup. Can you please explain a little bit what is
it? What do you see here is this Virat Rupa. Virat Rupa means gross structure. The temple building is Virat Rupa. And Hiranyagarbha is the different departments who are supervising day-to-day activities of the temple. Okay? The different departments. Every department is a different limb of the Hiranyagarbha. But department does not run on its own. There are people supposed to run the department. When you say DD department, there should be head pujari, other pujaris, assistant pujaris, backup devotees. They are all there. The in charges are the devatas. And in charges, they meet once in a year. They discuss what's happening, how to improve, what are the problems, what are the differences, how much budget need to be allocated, etc., etc. They come and discuss in March. So their March ending, they make budget for the entire upcoming year. So in that discussion, they make the report for the last 1 year and they submit it to head of the department. The head of the temple. Who is the head of the temple? No, not even president. Head of the temple is even president's president. President is also part of the management body. He is also day-to-day managing, na? The president will be reporting to Guru, spiritual master. Same way, all the devatas are reporting to Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is the main person of the universal maintenance. So along with him, onto him they report, then they take a photograph. That photograph is Bhagavad Gita's Vishwarupa. All the managers who are supervising different departments. Indra is there, rain department. Varuna is there, water department. Vayu is there, wind department. Surya is there, ice department. Ashwini Devatas are there, air department, hearing department. Ashwini Devatas are there, smelling department. So like that. So that is how these three can be seen. These three are same only, but according to their. Yes, Prabhuji, you have some question? We were quoting you only in your absence. We have taken your name.
Hare Krishna. You were talking about senses and the whole process of perception. So what I had thought that actually I have written a paper also on that. This is under review. So what I took from G. Goswami's and Baldev Vidyabhushan's thing, how soul illuminates the soul illuminates the senses. That comes in Vedanta Sutra, and Hari Chandan Binduvat. It also comes in Vedanta Sutra that like Chandan is here, but its fragrance and like coldness or calmness goes throughout the body. The soul, although situated in the region of the heart, its consciousness spreads all throughout the body. So the process of perception, now I reconstructed it, taking different. So one of the, almost it was similar, but one of the function of the mind was binding the different sense experiences and making into a unified experience. So for example, gulab jamun, its eyes will see the texture and this tongue will taste and hand will, see the spongy thing. So combining all these sensory experiences also is a function of mind. And then what intelligence does, out of many, say gulab jamun, rasmalai, rasgulla, everything is there. Intelligence chooses which one I want to experience first, which one I want to focus first, and then mind follows and combines all the sensory experiences from all the karmendriyas and yanendriyas and makes into a unified experience. That's what also I have written in the paper. So I wanted to cross check from you.
Intelligence will only tell what is what. Intelligence will never choose. Intelligence will tell that if it chose this, this will happen. It will choose this, this will happen. But selection will be done by Ahankara. Ahankara will tell, mujhe ye chahiye, ye leke aao. So Ahankara will tell the mind, and mind has to, being assistant, has to follow what Ahankara says.
And is binding of different experiences.
No, that is, experience will be stored in the Ahankara only. It is the assistant only who makes all the documents and files, everything.
I am saying that like gulab jamun, it's
yes. The five senses ka 5 different experiences are there. I have said whole unified experience will be stored by mind. So all these 5 can be stored separately also. The 5 together also can be stored separately together also. So it is there. So mind, of course, they are all details. Mind will take one experience at a time. It cannot take all experiences together. पहले आइस का एक्सपीरियंस है, गुलाब जामुन बड़ा दिख रहा है, सॉफ्ट दिख रहा है, टच करके देखेंगे, सॉफ्ट है, टंग के ऊपर रखेंगे, बहुत टेस्टी है. So like that, these are all will happen. But overall there is one experience. Good gulab jamun, good khichdi, good biryani. So in that way. Details may you have variegatedness, but overall one experience is there. So now, the soul thing is there, but that is top-down approach. From enlightened being perspective, the soul is divulging everywhere and the soul is having control. But in a conditioned state, Ahankara has the control. The soul becomes subservient to Ahankara. So how much time in 24 hours we are soul conscious or we are body conscious? 24/7 we are body conscious only. Even while chanting also body conscious only. अभी कृष्ण कॉन्शियस बाद में आएगा, पहले सोल कॉन्शियस बन जाओ. We are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. We are hearing and our focus is that chant करो, अच्छे से chant करो, अच्छे से सुनो, अच्छे से chant करो, अच्छे से सुनो. कौन chanting करे, कौन सुन रहा है? मैं? वो मैं कौन है? ये पर्सन है, इसके अंदर रहने वाला आत्मा नहीं. See, this is like it maybe looks like okay. How can you say like that? The problem is we are not yet come out of the bodily conscious. We are still while chanting करते समय watch देखेंगे अभी टाइम कितना हो रहा है, आज फास्ट ब्रेकिंग टाइम कितना है, ये कितना, वो कितना, वही चलता रहता है वहां से. So it takes some time, that absorption. When one comes to absorption, then one is slowly coming out of the bodily consciousness. When we are doing something, are we really absorbed? When we are hearing something, are we really absorbed? When we are chanting something, are we really absorbed? If we are really absorbed, then we are withdrawn from bodily conscious. Dire dire. It takes some practice. It will not happen overnight. Don't worry. We are all on the same bogie. Yes, time ho gaya. But last 2 minutes. We'll quickly go for prasadam. Yes. Yes.
Guruji, like this Bhumandal and this earthly planet, like Prithvi we talk, what is the difference?
We will discuss आराम से. अभी क्लास है ना, बाद में मिलेंगे. अभी तक जो चर्चा किया उसके ऊपर कुछ प्रश्न है तो पूछिए.
Just like you told, Karmindriyas, Hare Krishna. So Karmindriyas, intelligence, mind, ahankar, then soul is not coming through. Just like you told, so we are bodily conscious. That's why. So Guruji, the soul
is there. सोल को हमने दबा के रखा. अब ज्यादा बात मत करो, साइलेंट हो जाओ. आत्मा को, परमात्मा को दबा के रखा, चेतना को भी दबा के रखा. अब ज्यादा शान मत बनाओ, अब ज्यादा डिक्टेट मत करो, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ सुनो बस. बिकॉज वी आर फीडिंग अहंकार सो मच, अहंकार बिकेम स्ट्रांग. जो बलवान है वो उनका बात चलता है. So if you do sadhana properly, then the conscious chitta becomes strong. When chitta becomes strong, chitta can control ahankara.
Guruji, soul get that experience or not? Soul gets that experience or not of what we are doing? We are
soul तक पहुंचना चाहिए ना. Experience is stopped at ahankara only.
But Guruji, then we are chanting all these things, then also it getting stopped. Then how we are progressing?
We are chanting to purify our chetana. Our chanting and our hearing is food for chetana. When we feed chetana, chetana becomes energized. Then chetana can guide and control. But right now, wait. One thing I did not discuss, but since you asked the question, I'll tell you one thing. This is simple way you can understand. There is one word called buddhi. In Bhagavad Gita, buddhi word comes. In Bhagavatam also buddhi word comes. Anyone can remember any shloka in Bhagavad Gita where buddhi word comes? Dadami buddhi yogam. That is later on 10th chapter. Before that, व्यवसाय आत्मिका बुद्धि एक यह कुरुनंदना. एंड देन उसका आगे पीछे ओके, दैट इज गुड, दैट इज लेटर ऑन. ओके फाइन. उसके और कम मनो बुद्धि रे वचा. ओके देन बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमता 10th चैप्टर विभूति होगा. उसके पहले बुद्धि नाशा प्रणशति. गुड वन. 2nd चैप्टर. और वेयर एल्स? व्हाट इज बुद्धि? ओके, इतना बार बुद्धि आया. व्हाट इज बुद्धि? व्हाट इज बुद्धि? इंटेलिजेंस. So Prabhupada translates everywhere buddhi means intelligence. What is the function of intelligence? Ascertaining, assimilation, etc. Okay, telling what is what, right is right, wrong is wrong. That is buddhi ka functioning. Now, in Sanskrit, buddhi is used for 2 different entities. Though buddhi is an element which is called intelligence in our Sankhya, in our this thing, but the same buddhi is also used for chitta. Because दोनों का function same है. Intelligence का function is to ascertain what is what. चित्ता का function भी ascertaining what is what. But function is same. But the details with which they are interacting is different. Buddhi tells what is what among the material elements. Out of the 24 elements other than chitta, among the 23 remaining elements, buddhi will tell what is what. ये क्या है? ये earth, this is water, this is fire, this is ether, like that. The ascertaining what is what in relation to material elements is done by intelligence. But ascertaining what is what in relation to spiritual elements is done by chitta. There are 4 spiritual elements. There are 24 material elements, 24 spiritual elements. The 4 are Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala. Wait, अभी तक मैं गया नहीं. They are the 4 elements which are spiritual in nature. ईश्वरा, जीवा, प्रकृति, काला. इन 4 चीजों के बारे में कुछ भी ज्ञान प्राप्त करना है तो वो ज्ञान आपको देंगे चित्ता. चित्ता के बिना इसका ज्ञान प्राप्त नहीं होगा. और 5वां वाला कौन सा है? कर्म. कर्म किससे करेंगे? शरीर से, ये बॉडी से. इसके अंदर 24 एलिमेंट्स है. कर्म करने के लिए एक पूरा पर्सनालिटी चाहिए ना. कर्म करने वाला आदमी के साथ, आदमी के अंदर 24 धातु है. 5 महाभूत, 5 तन्मात्रा, 5 ज्ञानेन्द्रिया, 5 कर्मेंद्रिया, मन बुद्धि अहंकार चेतना, 4 अंतःकरण. तो 24 आर ईयर. इसके बाहर 4 है. टोटल 28. दिस इज सांख्य योगा. ऊपर 4 के लिए ज्ञान प्राप्त करना है तो चेतना का सहारा लेना है. इन 24 का ज्ञान प्राप्त करना है तो इंटेलिजेंस का सहारा लेना है. दोनों वही काम कर रहे हैं, इसलिए बुद्धि शब्द दोनों के लिए यूज किया. ये है बुद्धि मतलब. 3rd chapter, the hierarchy is mentioned na. Anyone remember the shloka? 3rd chapter Bhagavad Gita, last but one shloka. इंद्रियाणि पराण्याहुर इंद्रियेभ्य परम मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिर यो बुद्धे परससुता. Here buddhi normally we think that it is intelligence. No, here buddhi means chetana. Because the gross body which is made up of pancha mahabhutas is lowest. उससे ऊपर ज्ञानेंद्रिया. ज्ञानेंद्रिया जब बोलेंगे ना, ज्ञानेंद्रिय के साथ इंटेलिजेंस ऑटोमेटिकली कम्स. Intelligence and jnana, the 5 jnanendriyas are never inseparable. They are together. If you tell intelligence, you have to add jnanendriyas. If you tell jnanendriyas, you have to add intelligence. एक बोलेगा तो दूसरा को ऐड करना पड़ा. Superior to jnanendriyas is मन. जब मन बोलेगा साथ में अहंकार को जोड़ना पड़ेगा. अहंकार मन दोनों inseparable. If you tell ahankara, man is added into it. If you tell man, ahankara is added. And मन से ऊपर वाला कौन है? बुद्धि. Here बुद्धि means चेतना. चेतना से ऊपर वाला कौन है? आत्मा. आत्मा से ऊपर वाला कौन है? परमात्मा. ये है ग्रेडेशन. भगवद गीता चैप्टर 7. भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धिरेवचा. भूमि, आपा, अनला, वायु, खम, पंच महाभूतास. उसके साथ पंच तन्मात्रा है. उसको ग्रहण करने वाला पंचेंद्रिय है. उसको एनालाइज करने वाला इंटेलिजेंस है. ये सब आ गए इसमें. व्हेन यू से अर्थ वाटर फायर एयर ईथर, उसके साथ 5 महाभूत, पंच तन्मात्रा, पंच ज्ञानेंद्रिया, इंटेलिजेंस साथ में आ गया. उसके बाद क्या बोला भगवान ने? मन मतलब माइंड. उसके बाद मन में क्या है? अहंकार भी आ गया. और उसके बाद क्या है? बुद्धि. यार बुद्धि मतलब चेतना. कम मनो बुद्धि रेवच. अहंकारम इति अम्मे भिन्ना प्रकृति अष्टद. It is like that. So buddhi, because the nature of function is same, it is used sometime for intelligence, sometime for chetana also. In that way it is दोनों को रिप्रेजेंट करते. There is 2nd chapter. Till now I spoke to you Sankhya Yoga. Now I will speak to you Buddhi Yoga. Shloka number 39. Anyone remembers 2nd chapter 39 shloka? You can open and read the shloka. Second chapter 39. ఏషాతే హబితా సాంఖ్యే బుద్ధియోగం ఇమాం శృణు. Till now I have spoken about Sankhya Yoga. Now I am speaking Buddhi Yoga. What is Buddhi Yoga? Buddhi Yoga is that yoga in which you invest your Chetana. That is Bhakti Yoga. Lord Krishna now we are going to speak about Bhakti Yoga, where we need to invest our Chetana fully. So, hey. Aisa. Okay? Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त मंदिर की जय.